Well, hello ladies and gents, and welcome back once again to AndyManCam's garage. Today is a very, very exciting day because we're going to be fitting a bunch of SW-Motech gear to this, quite frankly, beautiful Honda CB1000R. And in this installment, we're going to be fitting these SW-Motech EVO adjustable footrests. Footrests, they're a simple part, they've got a pretty simple job. These ones have got a simply massive hero blob. Oh, that rhymes. Didn't even mean to do that. But the idea is they keep your feet from dragging on the floor while you're riding around, give you something to maneuver the bike around with through your feet. Now these ones on the CB1000R, they're quite simple, solid piece of aluminium, nice grippy top surface, but they're quite narrow. There's no rubber on top, so it's possible on longer, more extended touring type rides. I might find myself wanting a little bit more comfort from these pegs. For that purpose, I've got these, the SW-Motech EVO adjustable footrests. Now these things are considerably more substantial, they're a lot wider, they're a tiny little bit longer, and they've got this huge rubber pad on the top there. Looks nice and grippy. It's going to give me lots of space to put my feet on to get comfy on those longer rides when I'm going to be in the saddle for 2, 3, 5, 20 hours. But also, another great function of these little beauties is that, thanks to this clever little function here, we've got a rotatable cam. Because of the nature of this cam, we can rotate it around and set the peg to be lower down, higher up, further to the front, further to the back, or obviously anywhere in between. I think there are 36 individual positions due to this locking teeth system that's in there. And into this main body connect these beautifully machined aluminium foot peg hangers. They are splendid. That is, I think I'm going to say it quite a lot over the course of the next few videos. That is just typical SW-Motech quality. That is CNC porn at its finest. Obviously that just slots into there, connects onto the bike, and then you've got your foot peg in the position that you want. And also, should things get particularly muddy, or if you just want to give yourself even more leg room, in the bottom here there's a little bolt. We can undo that and then lift this rubber thing off, and now we've got a completely naked cage foot peg. So quite a flexible piece of kit. Right, let's get them on the bike. So the first thing we need to do is remove the stock foot pegs. They're held on with a pin through the middle, and then there's a little split pin going through the middle of that at the other end. So I'm going to take myself a set of needle nose pliers, hold the pin steady, bend together the arms of that pin so that we can then pull it out. So now push the pin through from behind, pull it out the top, and the foot peg is off. So that's the stock foot peg that we can put aside for a rainy day. Oh, so I almost forgot. We need to reuse the original spring and the original pin and the gubbins that comes with it. So then we take one of the footrest pivot parts, and they're actually stamped, as you can see, with an L and an R on them to tell us which side they need to go on. So we're on the right side, so I'm going to use the right one because the left one is the wrong one. So take our original spring, put that into the footrest hanger jobby there, and there's a little recess there for the spring to sit into. And we get our original pin, bung that through the middle, so it goes through the pivot piece, through the spring, pokes out the other end, put the washer on, pin through the hole, spread those legs out, ooh, air misses, and push them back so that that pin can't move, and there we go. There's the pivot piece installed on the bike. So now we take our foot peg, which has got the rotatey cam piece, goes in there. I'm a bit taller, so I'm going to go for a bit of extra leg room. I think I'm going to go for slightly rearwards as well, just to see how that looks. Now obviously, because this hole in here is keyed, as well as the spigot onto which it mounts, you can also choose how much you want to have the foot peg rotated for, if you like to angle your foot down forwards, if you like to ride flat-footed, or if for whatever strange reason you want to point your toes to the sky. I'm going to try first of all with a nice flat position. We then take this stainless steel disc, also beautifully machined. I do love a bit of CNC, as well as the long bolt which is in our pack, onto which we need to put a bit of medium strength thread lock. So just a little ring around the end, that's what she said, and then put the stainless steel disc into place, line up the holes, put the bolt through that, tighten that up, and there we go, that's the foot peg in place. But as we can see from the old one, The aforementioned massive hero blob is obviously there for if you get such a lean angle that the foot peg comes on the floor, the hero blob touches the floor first. It gives you a bit of warning that the foot peg's near the floor and you don't end up scraping your foot pegs off. And we've got the gubbins in here to create our own hero blob. So we've got the nut which goes at the end, just like the original. And then we can choose whether we want to have a short one, which will just be the nut directly screwed onto the foot peg, or, as I'm going to opt to do, because these ones are so long, you can use the longer piece of studding here. And that then screws into the foot peg. But once again, just to make sure that nothing's going to come undone later on down the road, I'm going to put a dollop of thread lock on that end for the nut. Screw that as far as I can go with the fingers. Jesus, they're all coming out today, aren't they? And then a dollop of thread lock on the other end. Screw that back into the peg again. Tighten it up. And there we have it. Foot peg is now fitted to the bike, hopefully in the perfect position. If it's not, obviously I can undo this bolt again, reposition, put some more thread lock on it, tighten it up again. And we have super comfortable, vibration damping, pretty gnarly looking foot peg from SW-Motech. And I think I've got the right hero glob size there, because if we look at the original stock one, they're coming in at about the same length, about the same position. And it also means I'm never going to be scraping my lovely, lovely SW-Motech foot peg off on the tarmac. And just to be complete, I'm going to take this bolt off so we can see how it looks without the rubber on. Yeah, nice. I don't think any feet are going to be slipping off of that in a hurry. And obviously, just to give it a proper test, put a foot on there. Yes, oh, that's proper grippy, that is. But in actual fact, I think it does need to be tipped forward, so very quickly, before the thread lock's gone hard, undo that bolt, and then that means I can pull the peg off a little bit, rotate it one click forwards, and have a slightly forward-leaning foot peg. Felt like that was going to be a much more comfortable position. Tighten that back on, give it another try. Yep, that's perfect. Absolutely lovely. So there we go. That is the SW-Motech EVO adjustable footrest fitted to my Honda CB1000R. Huge thanks to SW-Motech for sending me this over to fit it to the bike. And if you enjoyed this video, please do feel free to give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. And if you want to see the overview video of all the other SW-Motech stuff that are fitted to this bike, or you want to see the other install videos, then check out the links in the top right and watch as I turn this fine machine into a completely protected and fully prepared touring machine. I've been AndyManCam. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!